Hello and warm welcome to the Selangor Turf Club for our barrier trials this Wednesday on the 4th of June. And we only have the 4 trials taking place today, and the first 3 will be on track 2 and trial 4 will be on the sand track. So let's just quickly go through the runners for trial 1, which should be up on the screen shortly. And there we go. Sabah Star will be ridden by HS Steel. Pacific Gold will be ridden by Lala de Souza. Sweet and Sour, J. Ikram. The Wild Goal, now with the ride of Atmazani. Hype Man to be ridden by Mark Lerner. Maze will be ridden by S.U. Lim. And then General Command will be ridden by S. Bahouden. So those are the runners and riders for Barrier Trial 1, which should commence in approximately 8 minutes time, and they'll be making their way down to the 1,000 meter mark shortly. Runners being caught into line for trial 1 for the morning, as Maze was the first one to step forward. Sabah Star moves in. Field of 7 for trial 1. As the Wild Goals now moving forward. Moves into line. So still waiting on 4 more runners. Hype Man moves in. And then we're left with General Command, Pacific Gold, and Sweet and Sour. Sweet and Sour's the next runner. Steps forward. And we have 2 remaining, General Command and Pacific Gold. General Command moves in. Pacific Gold to complete the field. Steps forward. 1,000 meters, trial 1 for the morning. Handler moves away, flags up. Gates are back and away and trialing from the 1,000 meter mark. And one of the runners have stood in the starting stalls and has missed the kick completely, and that's Pacific Gold, who refused to jump. So Pacific Gold is a distant last and is well away from the rest of the field. The Wild Gold broke out on speed. Hype Man's in between runners in second, with General Command pushing forward up on the outside in third. 2 lengths away to Sweet and Sour, racing just ahead of Maze. And then about 7 or 8 lengths further back to Sabar Star, and Pacific Gold missed the start, and he's still down there at the 1,000 meter mark. As they make the way past the 500 meter mark and up in front, it's the Wild Gold who's picked up the lead, 2 lengths away to Hype Man, who cruises up on his outside in second. Battle on the inside rail is Sweet and Sour, being followed by Maze. Then comes General Command, and Sabar Star is hopelessly outpaced and racing 20 lengths off the leader. Into the final 200 they go. The Wild Gold still in front. Hype Man starting to move up on his outside, and down along the inside is Sweet and Sour, is under a hard ride. As they're into the closing stages, it's going to be the Wild Gold that comes home to win from Hype Man in second, Sweet and Sour third, Maze in fourth, General Command. Then came Sabar Star, and Pacific Gold refused to jump, and he's still down at the start. So the Wild Gold takes out trial 1 for the morning under Akmazani. And the type of test today was that he raced wide throughout in his last start, and the jockey did not persevere with his riding from the 200 meter mark. But this time round, he ends up in the winner's box for this trial, beats home Hype Man into second. Third place went the way of Sweet and Sour, and he finished 2 lengths off the winner. Then further back in the field was Maze, followed by General Command. Then came Sabar Star, who was detached from the field, and still waiting down at the start is Pacific Gold, who refused to jump and never completed the trial. So just to repeat those numbers, the Wild Gold the winner, Hype Man in second, third place Sweet and Sour, in fourth was Maze, fifth place General Command, in sixth was Sabar Star, and Pacific Gold did not finish. That completes trial 1. Up next is trial 2, also over 1,000 meters. And the runners and riders will appear on screen shortly. Up next, trial 2, only a field of 5 runners. Big Business will be ridden by G. Fahan. The Son of Time test will be ridden by I. Fikri. Be Yourself is F. Yusuf. So that is a new change. F. Yusuf will be ridden. Well, we'll be taking the ride aboard Be Yourself. And then the rest of the runners, Kinabalu Light, H.S. Skill, and Free and Happy will be ridden by Akmazani. So those are the runners and riders for trial 2, and they'll be making their way down to the start shortly. Runners moving in for trial 2. First one they're currently working on is Big Business. We'll be trialling with the blinkers on today. Big Business. It's about 3/4 of the way in, but continues to back out. And is now completely backed out. And they'll try again with Big Business. All of Big Business, Be Yourself and Free and Happy will be running this weekend. Of course, racing takes place on Saturday at the Selangor Turf Club. The 11 race program it seems to be, with declarations coming out later this afternoon. And then they'll be racing in Ipoh on Sunday, as they continue to work with Big Business. And is completely backed out. Big Business moves up once again. And this time round is safely installed. So Big Business has now moved up. Just a field of 5 runners for this trial. Next runner to load will be the Time Test Colt, to be ridden by Victory. Just shies away at the first attempt. Having a barrier practice this morning. And now moves in. Three runners left to load. Be Yourself and F. Yusuf. It's about to step forward. Moves in quietly. And we're left with 2 more runners, Free and Happy and Kinabalu Light. And then we'll be set for a start. Kinabalu Light moves in. Free and Happy, the last to load. Free and Happy steps forward 1,000 meters. Handler moves away. Set and ready. And they're away and trialing from the 1,000 meter mark. And the starters caught them to a level beginning. The Time Test Colt responded quickly, but a battle on the inside rail. Big Business is now pushing forward and putting his big strides to action. Will go and lead the field. Heading down the back straight, goes 2.5 lengths clear of the Time Test Colt and the I Fitri. Racing away in second, then 2 lengths back to Be Yourself, racing just ahead of Free and Happy. And Kinabalu Light is detached from the field, racing 6 lengths further back in the field and racing a good dozen lengths off the leader as they're homeward bound with 500 left to travel. Up in front, it's Big Business, showing the way by just about 2.5 lengths as the rest of the field start to creep a little bit closer. Time Test Colts is racing away in second, then Deep Ride is Be Yourself, and Free and Happy's deepest out on the track, and the Yellow Silks is starting to move in. And out last is Kinabalu Light. 200 meters left to travel. Big Business just a few tracks down the side and now really starts to extend his lead here. Goes about 3 lengths clear, and Big Business will come in to win in a rather comfortable manner. Just a little bit green and all over the place, but he will win by about 4 lengths. Second, third and fourth very close between the Time Test Colt as well as Be Yourself, and Deep Ride was Free and Happy, and Kinabalu Light was never in the trial and finished last by about 20 lengths. Big Business trying with the blinkers on this morning. Goes start to finish up in front. The rest of the field never really given any sort of effort, but Farhan felt it was necessary to give him a nice little blowout this morning. And Big Business, despite being all over the place, will come home to win by about 4 lengths in running. Second, third and fourth. It's a line of 3 as they hit the line together. But second will go the way of the Time Test Colt. Third and fourth, I think third will go the way of Be Yourself, just ahead of Free and Happy, and Kinabalu Light was never in the trial and was a distant last. So just to repeat the numbers, the winner, Big Business, is the winner, followed by the Time Test Colt in second. Third place, Be Yourself. Fourth place, Free and Happy. And Kinabalu Light was last of all. That completes Trial 2. Up next is Trial 3 and should commence in approximately 7 minutes. Trial 3 for the morning, going through the runners and riders. Pacific Power will be ridden by Akmazani. Strong Dragon, CK Claw. Embellish, out of Ghost Pepper, will be ridden by I Fikri. Storm Titan will be ridden by S. Uzair. Borneo Star, Lala de Souza. Rocket General, HS Gill. And the new runner in the field, Raikou, to be ridden by Andre de Silva. So those are the runners and riders for Trial 3, and they will be making their way down to the start shortly. Runners moving in for trial 3 this morning, the penultimate of the barrier trials this morning. They're just currently working on Raikol, who's been a little bit troublesome to load. Of course, he was supposed to trial in the previous trial, but he's been moved across to this one. Raikol now moves in. Next runner to load will be Strong Dragon. Steps forward. A field of 7 for trial 3. Take note, this is the last on the grass track before we head across to the sand track for trial 4. The only runner in this field that will be running on Sunday is Rocket General. As the filly by Embellish is about to step forward. Once again, victory lending a hand to the unnamed runner. Moves in. Storm Titan is just getting a little bit worked up behind the starting stalls. Here's the next runner that will move in. Storm Titan moves into line. And we're left with 3 more runners. Borneo Star, Borneo Star moves in. And we're left with Rocket General and Pacific Power. Rocket General just needs to be calmed down a little bit, and they'll try again with him. We'll be trying with the blinkers on his Rocket General. Moves in. And the last to load will be Pacific Power. Pacific Power moves into line. 1,000 meters, 7 runners. Starters on the rostrum, we're set. One or two just to settle, and the gates are back in their way and trialing. Borneo Star missed the kick by about 2 lengths. Towards the outside of runners, Storm Titan, Rocket General, those two were the quickest to respond. 3 lengths back to Pacific Power and the Yellow Silks racing away in third. Then a further 2 lengths back in range to Strong Dragon, that's racing in between runners. On his inside he's got Raikol, and deep route on the track is the Embellish filly, now racing 8 lengths off the leader and 3 lengths adrift to Borneo Star. Is just giving Lala D'Souza a bit of trouble heading past the 500 meter mark, as the field is well stretched out now. And about a dozen lanes covered the field, and Storm Titan's up in front. He's gone 3 lanes clear. Rocket General's back in second. A further 2.5 lanes back to Pacific Power. They're being followed by Strong Dragon with Raikol. Then further back in the field, the Embellish filly with that would be Borneo Stars. They're into the final 150 metres. It's Storm Titan up in front. They have an extra kick at the top of the straight. He's well clear, and he won't be caught here. Storm Titan, impressive winner, will win by about 3 lengths. Second place, Rocket General, then back in third, Pacific Power, then followed by Strong Dragon Raikor, the Embellish Filly, and last across the line was Borneo Star. So Storm Titan with the blinkers on in this trial gave an extra kick at the top of the straight, and the Esuzère for the Richard Lim stable. Of course, the Lim Yard had a treble on the weekend, and the stable certainly in hot form at the moment. And the Storm Titan really catching the eye in this trial with the blinkers on, and will win by about 3 lengths, maybe even a little bit more. Second place went the way of Rocket General. Third, Pacific Power. Then back in fourth, I believe it was Strong Dragon, who finished ahead of Raikor. Then came the Embellish Filly under iFitry, and last across the line was Borneo Star. So to repeat the numbers, the winner Storm Titan, second place Rocket General, third placing Pacific Power, in fourth was Strong Dragon, fifth place Raikor, in sixth was the Embellish Filly out of Ghost Pepper, and last across the line was Borneo Star in seventh. That completes trial 3. We move across to trial 4, and we move across to the sand track for the last of our trials, and the runners and riders will appear on screen shortly. Runners and riders for the final trial this morning. Strong White to be ridden by iFitry. Royal Commission will be ridden by A Nazir. Cheerful Baby to be ridden by Atmazani. Kim Legend will be ridden by M. Lutman. Red Dragonfly CK Call. And Gulf Eagle will be ridden by Andre Da Silva. Those are the runners and riders for the fourth and final trial. It's over 1,000 meters and it's on the sand track. Runners moving in for the final trial. Strong White moves up. A field of 6 to close off proceedings on the sand track. As Cheerful Baby is about to move in. Steps forward. Next runner to load will be Kim Legend. Moves up. And we're left with 3 more runners. Royal Commission. Take note that Cheerful Baby and Gulf Eagle will both be trialing with the blinkers and pacifiers on. As Red Dragonfly steps forward. Now for the turn of Gulf Eagle. And we'll be set for a start. Gulf Eagle moves in. 6 runners. 4th trial for the morning. Set and ready. Gaze crash back and away and trialing from the 1,000 meter mark. If anything, Strong White was just a couple of lengths slow into stride. He's actually struggling to keep up with the rest of the field. Up in front, Cheerful Baby broke out on speed with Royal Commission, 2 lengths away to Kim Legend. Then further back is Red Dragonfly. Gulf Eagle's deepest out on the track and well outpaced and pretty much tasting all the sand is Strong White, who's easily racing 30 lengths off the lead, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets pulled out of this trial. As they make the way past the 500 meter mark, up in front is Royal Commission with Cheerful Baby up on the outside in second. 3 lengths further back in the field to Kim Legend. Then comes Red Dragonfly alongside Gulf Eagle, and hopelessly outpaced is Strong White as they're into the final 300 meters. Royal Commission in front with Cheerful Baby starting to cut back the deficit, and deep out is Kim Legend. Then further back in the field to Red Dragonfly with Gulf Eagle as they're into the final 150 meters. Royal Commission still in front, but here comes Kim Legend over the top, starting to extend his stride, and Kim Legend will come in to win, going away, and wins by about 3 lengths. Second place, Royal Commission, Cheerful Baby. Very close for the minor placings in behind that with Gulf Eagle and Red Dragonfly. And Strong White was a distant last and got a good taste of the sand for pretty much the entire trial. So Kim Legend for Wayne Lim stable and M. Lutman, team up here to take out trial 4, was asked to quicken and quickens up pretty easily up on the outside and wins going away, and will win by just about 3 lengths, if not 2.5 lengths with the run down to the line. Royal Commission was back in second. 3rd place Cheerful Baby, and it does get very close in behind that for 4th between Gulf Eagle and Red Dragonfly. We'll just wait for the camera to roll it through. Just a reminder that the finishing line is actually the small little pole on the far side just after the Selangor Turf Club sign, and it looks like Gulf Eagle gets up for 4th, just ahead of Red Dragonfly in 5th, and Strong White was never in the trial and was well back in the field. So to complete the numbers, Kim Legend is the winner. 2nd place Royal Commission, 3rd place Cheerful Baby, in 4th was Gulf Eagle, 5th place Red Dragonfly, and Strong White brought up the field last of all in 6th. That completes our trials for this Wednesday, and we'll be back here at the Selangor Turf Club on Saturday for a race meeting. We'll be on the 7th of June, and then Sunday we will be racing at the Perak Turf Club. So a double header this weekend. Most importantly, racing is at the Selangor Turf Club this Saturday, the 7th of June. 11 races carded, and declarations will be announced later on this afternoon. Hope you have a great day and a great week ahead, and we'll see you at the races this weekend.